So we are back at the shed once again. Last video you would have seen would have been Watergrass Hill. That was two weeks ago. I've been on a shutdown in work, so I haven't got to do a whole lot. So finally back in the shed today, and the plan is to take out my gearbox again, because the starter I put in the previous video stopped working, as you could have seen. So when I went up to Donegal, I had to keep push starting the car, so it was so annoying. But luckily enough, Dave from Lexi Brake sent me another starter, so shout out to Dave, thank you. So I'm going to drop the gearbox and change the starter. This is the only downside about the 6-speed gearbox conversion, is every time you want to change the starter you have to take out your gearbox. But it is what it is. So I'm going to do that. And you would have seen my alternator went Watergrass Hill, so I need to get that reconditioned. And I've good plans for today. My plans for today are, I am going to start doing some more with the 180. So hopefully if I can get the twin cam done and get that off the lift today, then we can get the 180 on the lift and start making some progress. So we'll see how we go. Also, I might just add quickly, if anyone actually has any bits for 180 for sale, let me know. Just so I kind of like silly bits for inside, plastic trims and all that kind of stuff. I'm looking for that. Also actually need an engine and gearbox, quite handy. So if someone had something like that, it'd be brilliant. Probably won't record too much taking out the gearbox stuff, because I'm after doing a whole tutorial on it and it's just pointless, because you've already seen how it comes out and goes in. So I'll just like video something. I'm here on my own as well, so it's a bit tricky doing it all, so meh, it'll be alright. Right, so I started getting my gearbox ready to come out. I stripped the inside first, as you can see in through the window. Stripped out all the shifter and stuff. I said I'd do the top gearbox bolts first and disconnect the wires into the starter, your power wire and your signal wire. And then I realised that my power wire was after obviously earthing off something and burnt the signal wire. So maybe that's my problem. With a bit of luck, that is my problem, and I don't have to take the gearbox out. But luckily enough, my buddy in DZR Wire sent me down all new connectors, everything you kind of need to wire up at on the spot. So I'm going to strip them back and put new connectors and stuff on them, and he also gave me a heat shrink as well. You should check out his page. His link will be in the description anyway, so big shout out to him. So I'm going to sort this out. Hopefully that could be the problem fixed. If it is, thank God, because I really didn't want to take out that gearbox today. So upon further investigation, I was looking at the new starter that Dave sent me, because I was trying to flip this around. I was trying to see what connection I needed to go in here, and then I realised the connection wasn't sitting in properly. It was just barely touching off it, putting in this connector. And then I was trying to figure out why it wouldn't go in, and then I realised that there's this little rubber lad inside, obviously for the factory connector, of the 1GFE loom. So that was actually stopping this going in fully. Oops. So what I think happened was the connection wasn't great, and that's why it's shorted out. I could be wrong, I'm not an electrician, so I'm just going to fix it all up, put it back together, and then let's see if the car starts. If it doesn't, I'm just going to take out the gearbox, but it does, that'll be fair sound. So I have the wires repaired. By no means am I an electrician, but that set that these ZR wires sent out, like everything looks fair professional, all the heat shrink, everything. Now, I do have two lads that are electricians and will probably tell me I'm after doing it wrong, but they're not here, are they? So it doesn't matter. So I'm going to lift up the car, going to fish out that rubber insert and give the terminal a quick clean, and then fingers crossed I'll have to take out the gearbox. Right, so everything's back together. Well, not everything, but let's see. Okay, so apparently it's not fixed. Right, so well, that didn't work. But that was going to be a problem down the line, so I fixed it. So yeah, I suppose I'll take out the gearbox. So I found a friend and another one. Jack still doesn't like being on the camera. But anyway, I have the gearbox out, and just what I did, because I'll show you, I turn on my old head torch. I don't know if you can see all that damage, but I don't know what fell down, but something did, and the spigot bearing fell out here as well. But luckily, we have a spare, thanks to Dave and Lexi Brick. Lovely. And for the starter as well. There's these new stickers. Lovely. But yeah, so I'm going to put all this back together. And fuck, you can't see the camera. Yeah, I'm going to put all this back together now and put the gearbox back in. And we still don't have it all there, but we'll be able to see if it works.
Gnarly.
And Connor still doesn't have his car.
No, technical difficulties.
So Connor just getting my new starter ready. It looks rough, but that's what you have to do for it to fit in for the gearbox. Nice and handy. So gearbox, new starter, everyone's back in. We found Trevor.
I was asleep.
He was missing all day. It's kind of hey. We
was resting.
We got the car done. Jack stood in for him. Jack done a great job.
Jack didn't do it all the last time. I done it.
No, Jack done
It's about time you done
Jack
it. You went around in so long.
Jack rewired my reverse switch. Right. Now let's see if this is a waste of time. Ah, what a car was. So, as you seen, twin cam is back together now and it's starting again, thank God. So that's sorted. I didn't really video too much more last night because I went out for food with the lads and stuff, but I done what I wanted to do and I put my 180 on the lift. So check it out. So, this is my 180. Anyone that's new to the channel mightn't recognise it. Anyone that's been here from the start would have seen all the welding work getting carried out on this car and just doing general bits and pieces on it. So how I came to end up with this car was a buddy of mine, Liam Byrne, had it. I recognised the car, and then what gave it away for me was a logo that was on the boot. Now the boot is buried, so I can't show you right now, but it would have been shown on the previous episode. So Gooch, another friend of mine, he done the welding on the car that you would have seen. He actually originally, this was the first 180 that he done when he moved to Ireland. This is the first one he done. This would have been done out at my father's garage, so there's a bit of a story behind it. So I took this on. It wasn't in the greatest shape, but it wasn't the worst I've ever seen either. So someone did go to turn it into a drift car, so what they done was fully cut the front off and retubbed it. So the fact that the car was tubbed, I had no choice really but to put a front back on it, because obviously I plan on putting the car on the road. So welded another front onto it, which I got with the car. Still a few more patches to go in it. By no means is a professional job, but I gave it the best I could. Car is fully sandblasted, it's fully undersealed, and I undersealed the inside as well because I'm going to be going to a lot of track days and stuff, so it's just going to be tools and tyres and stuff in the back. So I'd rather have a tough surface that I can all just kind of float around on and not be too worried about it. So the plan now is I just throw on some aero and just put the wheels up against it, just to kind of like give a small bit of a view of what it will look like, just to kind of drive me on a bit. So the plan is now just pull this stuff back off lift it up, strip the subframes, wire brush them all down. Paul Striker is going to sort out the poly bushes for me. He's going to send them down, so I'll put the poly bushes back in them, paint them all up, put them back in the car, and then we'll start reassembling. We don't have an engine and box for this car at the minute, so yeah, anyone selling an SR20 engine and box, hit me up. So yeah, I'll record what I can. So this is the next big build since the twin cam one is finished, so this is the next big one for me, and sure, let's see how it goes. So now everything is stripped off. You can have a look. See where it was under seal already and masked off, so it can be finished up in around there and stuff. You can see some of the work that Gooch done. He's very particular how he does. The seal is fairly straight. Underneath is fully under sealed. So I used a Raptor on one half and then ran out and then couldn't get it, so I had to use some other stuff I got in the motor factors. Still same, you know, tomato. Yeah, so the underneath of the car is fairly good. So yeah, still have to weld a piece in here because I'm missing that. So that's the car stripped down. So my plan now is pull out subframe. I have to move a lot of stuff there, so no point recording that. So I'll pull out subframe and give you a look at that, and I suppose we'll go from there. So that took longer than I thought. Turns out S13 rear subframes are fair heavy. So are the front ones, and there's wheels attached. But anyway, it's out now. So I'm going to power wash it. Start stripping off all the arms. Luckily enough, Connor has all these arms polybush already from his S14 that he's kindly donating. I don't know if he knows it yet, but he is. So all I have to do is wire brush down the main part of the subframe, and Paul Striker is sending me up new polybushes for here and here. The shafts are already out because I had to take them off for my buddy for Watergrass Hill just in case his broke, so I'm going to pull the diff out, open that up, have a look at that as well. And the front subframe has Cusco coilovers. Hopefully they're okay and I could reuse them. There's adjustable lower arms, and over here more adjustable arms, so that's a bonus. So I'm going to go ahead, rip all this apart and I'll start stripping it then. There's not much point in videoing it, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I have everything power washed now. Not looking too bad actually. So while I was waiting for them to dry after power washing, I decided to paint my bay. Don't know where the logic was in that, but anyway, it's done. So I wanted to do that for a while. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to paint that for a while, so at least that's done now. So now I'm going to start stripping, and yeah, and from what I said in the last video that Connor was going to give me arms, I've learned since that only one or two of the arms might work, so I'll have to polybush the other arms. So it's not too bad though. Still save a few pounds where I can, and more money for the project, I suppose. Even though I said I wasn't going to do another project after this car financially made me unstable, but sure, we'll do it again. So another new day again. So basically what happened the last day was I painted the floor, got subframes and stuff in, then got a phone call saying I had to go to Belfast on the job. So I've been there since, haven't got to record that, but I'm finally back today, so I will give you a look. So we got to fully strip everything, fully cleaned, well, power washed I should say, subframe and all. So we have these adjustable arms that came in it, so hopefully we can save these. So we're just going to start ordering up all the bits. And one thing I was there's one thing I was buzzed about, and it has an LSD, so there's money saved straight away. Another thing that came is Paul's Parts sent me out the new bushings. There's one assembled, there's one not assembled, so you know how that goes together. And also, while I was away, my new alternator came for the twin cam, which you would have seen gave me trouble in Watergrass Hill. So a local company sourced the alternator for me because unfortunately Flows didn't have it in stock, and of course as soon as it arrived I get an email saying Flows has it in stock. Always the way. Nonetheless, it is 2 days before we need to leave for LZ Fest, and my car's off getting fully detailed and stuff. Still have to go fit the alternator and fix a slight problem with the gearbox. So I won't be doing much more with the 180 before now and then. So we will be in Mondello Park this weekend, 22nd, 23rd, for the LZ World Tour. I'm going to be there in the purple 86. Connor's bringing his S14. Before you say it, yes, there's still no engine in it, but we're bringing it anyway because the car looks sick. Dawson is bringing the Turbo S200. He is just getting that back from getting fully paint corrected after getting the spray job done on it, so he has to get it flat and buffed, the whole work. So that's ready to go, and DJ is bringing his girlfriend's JZX81. So we'll have the 4 cars up there. We won't all be packed together because I'm going on the 86 stand, Connor's going on the JDM stand, and the other 2 boys will be in the public area for the other show cars. So we'll be all there anyway. So we will have plenty of stickers and stuff with us. So drop over, say hello, any questions, ask us, anything like that at all. We'll be more than happy to chat away, have a bit of crack. We'll be there all weekend. So hopefully we get to see you there. Then after that we will dive straight into this 180 and we'll make progress. So that's all from me. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Good luck.